Hello everyone, so today I'm going to talk about books I've read that are completely out of my comfort zone. If you are a romance book girly like me, you probably read like rom-com, romantasy, all these other romance genres, but don't usually go out of your way to read something different. I'm definitely guilty of that. But every once in a while, I'm like, let's be an intellectual, let's change it up. So yeah, this is what this video is all about, just different genres to read if you want to take a break from your usual genre. Okay, so the first one is American Bulk, Essays on Exes, and it's a very like personal book, I think. It's basically a memoir. All the examples that she gives of like excess and like overconsumption are based on her own life, her own experiences, and I enjoyed it honestly. And as you could tell, I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty insightful. Most of these tabs are me being like, oh, like that's pretty smart, like I never thought about that. And for example, like I think my favorite personal example that she gave was her dad and her grandma. So basically her dad is like an overspender. He just spends on random stuff that he doesn't need. And then her grandma is like a cheapskate that only like hoards like very worthless like things and knickknacks and just random free stuff that she finds. So she kind of keeps talking about this example and relates it to like, I want to say like a story or I don't know, like a saying. Anyway, the point is that to me what was insightful was that on one hand the overspender is telling the cheapskate like, why do you hold on to your money so tightly, and then the cheapskate telling this overspender like, why do you like throw away your money so freely. So it's kind of like showing those types of relationships with like money and consumption and spending, and it gets you to think, you're like, who am I? Like, where in the spectrum am I? Do I overspend? Do I not spend enough? Like, and it's just, it's relatable. It's a relatable book. If you want to read a book about consumption, if you feel like lately you've been spending or buying too much and you want to like get back on track, read this book. It's relatable, sometimes funny. I like sometimes like chuckled and like laughed out loud. If your goal this year is to save money and you feel like you need some motivation, reading this will get you to think and be like, wow, I shouldn't be doing this, or oh wow, like I really didn't even realize that I was doing this and I was falling for all this marketing. Anyway, the point is, it's a really good book. I enjoyed it. It's insightful and it's funny. So if you want to read something, well, funny at times. It's not like hee hee ha ha, but like funny enough to get me like to keep reading. So yes, this was my first like out of my comfort zone book. So the next book that I want to talk about is The Four Agreements. I actually saw a friend reading it. Like I saw it on her like Instagram story and I was like, huh. And I looked into it and it's like a pretty old book. And essentially it kind of just presents 4 agreements to live by. Yeah, definitely a self-improvement book. But as I said, it's old, so it's a bit different than what you would read today. So keep that in mind. Just to give you like a little sneak peek, I'll list off the 4 agreements. I'm not gonna go into it because that's what the book is for, but just to let you know. So the first agreement is be impeccable to your word. The next one is don't take anything personally. The next one is don't make assumptions. And then the last one is always do your best. So already, if you're like resonating with any of these, I would say read it. I read it all. It's shorter than your usual book, but it's, again, insightful. And I feel like towards the end, it got a bit like a bit, like what's going on? But it gave some insightful, advice. So give it a try if you're feeling like reading a self-improvement book. And on that note, my next book that I want to talk about is Atomic Habits. So maybe you've heard about it because it's pretty popular, like self-improvement book. So I started reading it. I actually haven't finished, but already with what I've read, I'm liking it. So what I like about this book is that sometimes when you try to look into like self-help or self-improvement or motivational books, you get a lot of like start a routine, like, you know, you get a lot of like start now, don't, you know, kind of this like shock, you know, of like wake up, like you have to start doing it now, you have to follow your dreams now. And this book was not like that at all. It was motivational in a good way. So what I like most about it was that it was kind of like evidence-based in many ways. So sometimes the author would give like personal examples, other times he would give more like general examples or examples from other people in life, not just like personal. And sometimes it would literally be just math. It would literally be like a graph showing you, listen, if you like put in this amount of effort, this is what you have at the end of the year. And that was the thing that stuck with me most. It was that graph where the author said, if you improve yourself, your life by 1% every day, at the end of the year, you'll be, you know, you'll go from here to here. Or wait, maybe you see it differently, from here to here. So that was like pretty motivational. I'm like, you know what? This is evidence-based. This is literally math telling you if you do something like bit by bit, slowly, gradually put in 1% of effort every day, you get there by the end of the year, by the end of like 2 or 3 years, you know? But it's better than what I usually do, which is put in like 110% for 1 week, and then the next week I'm tired and decide that 1 week attempt was good enough. So if you're like me, if you're looking for that like extra motivation to start off your like 2026 and like the right foot, then read it. Next book that was out of my comfort zone is actually a manga. I've talked about it in like my TBR video, and it's called The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. It's a pretty long name. And the title is a bit weird, but it's only because it's like translated. So don't let that like put you off. So this book is definitely different from what I usually read. I mean, usually I'm reading like romance books that are like 300 to 400 pages long. This one is like way shorter. I don't think it's even 100 pages, and most of the pages have huge, like, are pictures, let's be honest, because it's a manga. But it was pretty cute. I only read the first in the series, but it was a really cute story. So basically, there's this guy and a girl, and they go to like different high schools. One is like, you know, posh or whatever you want to call it, and then the other one's just like a regular like high school, like, you know. So the girl goes to the posh one, and then the guy goes to like the regular high school, and he works at his family's like bakery. So that's kind of how they meet. She goes to the bakery and they meet, and the story is about them like kind of starting to like each other. So yeah, and actually, by the way, actually Netflix, I think, was either already released or was gonna release a series based on this manga. So if you're someone who likes to read something and then watch it, read this. It has like really cute drawings. It's, you know, it's a quick read. And if you like cute rom-coms or just romance in general, I think you'll like this. I hope you like this format, because I did. But yeah, that was it for me. So this year I'm going to be focused more on reading and getting all those books out of my TBR. So I hope that I'll have a lot more like videos to share with you guys and a lot more like books to review and share. So if you like this video, go ahead and, you know, like it and or leave a comment. And if you're gonna read any of the books I've talked about today, let me know. Or if you already read them and, you know, you want to share like what you thought, then great. I would love to hear it. Okay, I guess that's it. Bye, see you next week.